a party like the NDP, which I've always been critical of, the reason I'm critical of them is because I find that they have abandoned unions, they've abandoned workers. And so the pragmatic vote is not to vote for the NDP because they don't really have that groundswell of support. But what I've been telling to people who I know in the NDP is that you guys can be that party, but you need to be adamantly in favor of workers, and we need to focus on the living conditions of people's lives, the material conditions of people's lives, because when we do that, when we actually show people that we can make their lives better, the social politics, all that kind of stuff, we can worry about that later, but we can actually make good progress that helps all communities, marginalized or otherwise. We can make that good change if we start by showing people that we can actually do good work and make good change. We tend to be so obsessed with also having the right language and the right verbiage and being an ally to absolutely everybody, that sometimes I think we forget that the average person who's voting doesn't have the mental bandwidth to care about all of those things the way that many of us do.
Yeah, yeah. It's a difficult choice because, here in the US, we had our greatest economic miracle in the 50s and 60s, when really like the country exploded and the middle class was created. But the people who were left behind were the people of color, primarily African Americans, who were not allowed to access all of these social welfare benefits. Were not allowed to buy a home. Were not allowed to get access to education and healthcare the way that other people, primarily white people, were able to. And so it's difficult. Like, I think here in the U.S., we do need to be vigilant that if we're able to get, great economic change that helps, fight the economic inequality and helps working people, that the most marginalized are not left behind.
And I think it's the goal is like a rising tide lifts all boats. But what we have seen is that a lot of the times when we implement these programs, when they're not truly universal, when they're means tested, when we have all of these caveats, people get left behind.